just dusk as we were arriving down at the stadium this evening, but dark outside now. Isn't that a beautiful sight? And of course the Tianhe Gymnasium, that's where we are. We're inside that very building, and you could just see there the tented village, the fan zone as well. There's plenty to do here, as well as watching the best badminton in the world. So today, the last of the group matches, and next up is women's doubles, and this match will decide who qualifies out of these two pairs in this group. Will it be the two-time reigning world champions MATSUMOTO and NAGAHARA, or the number 3 seeds Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young? Well, the Koreans have had the most incredible year. They really have. They have been in 7 World Tour tournament finals. There's Kong. She's making her first appearance here at the World Tour finals. Her partner has actually played in 3 previous, so she's playing her 4th time at the end of season championship with her 3rd different partner. That's quite a record for Kim So-young. So when we look at the group, I can tell you that last year's beaten finalists Lee So-hee and Shin Seung-chan have just won their 3rd match within the group, beating Kitty-Harakun and Prajongjai 22-20, 23-21. So that's 3 matches played and 3 matches won. So they top the group. And as you can see, the 2 pairs that are about to come onto court is a straight playoff. Whoever wins this match we're about to watch will also qualify for the semi-final stage tomorrow. Kitty-Harakun and Prajongjai, I have to say, although they've lost all 3 matches, they really have played well here. Well, when we look at Matsumoto and Nagahara and their career win-loss record, that translates into 17 tournament finals and 7 titles. For Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young, as you can see, they haven't been playing together for terribly long. But this year, they've had a terrific year, and they have been in 8 career finals, 7 of them this year, and they've won 4 titles. All 4 titles that they've won as a combination have happened this year. And those were in Spain, New Zealand, Japan, and Korea. So for Matsumoto and Nagahara, 5 finals for them this year, 2 titles, Singapore, and of course their 2nd World Championships. And it's quite extraordinary that just a week ago they won their first national title in women's doubles. So they've been world champions for 2 years, this pair that we're looking at right now, before they'd ever won a national title. Mind you, they won the gold medal before they'd even won a Grand Prix Gold event on the World Tour. So here their opponents, Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young, only formed their partnership in 2015, but they only played a couple of tournaments. In 2017, they played 4 tournaments, 2018, 5 tournaments together. And this year, this is their 21st tournament of the year. So this will be the 7th meeting between these 2 pairs, and that might surprise some people because the Koreans have won 4 of the previous 6, including the last 3 encounters. Last time they met, as you saw, was at the French Open, and it was the semi-final stage before Kim and Kong won in 3 games, 21-14 in the deciding game in 1 hour and 13 minutes. 3 times it's been to 3 games, and the interesting statistic is every time it's gone to 3 games between these 2 pairs, it has been the Koreans that have won. And that would suggest that perhaps they've got better stamina than their opponents, the world champions. I'll get Steen's opinion on that in a moment or 2. But when we look at the world champions, this is Matsumoto, 24 years of age. Both she and her partner born on the northernmost of the 4 main islands that make up Japan, Hokkaido. And they are number 3 on the world ranking at the moment, but they have been world number 1, 2 different spells, 27 weeks in total. Wakana Nagahara will turn 24 next month, 9th of January to be precise. 5 finals this year. So not only winning in Singapore and the World Championships, also reached the final of the All England, the Badminton Asia Championships and the Japan Open. On Wednesday, they beat Kitty-Harakun and Prajongjai in 3 games. Very close in that deciding game. Had to save a match point actually. And then they lost to the beaten finalists last year in yesterday's encounter, Lee So-hee and Shin Sang-chan. They were a game and 14-10 up against Lee and Shin, but somehow managed to lose that. So to Kim So-young, who I was telling you is making her 4th appearance at the end of season championships, playing with a 3rd different partner. She was a semi-finalist in 2013 with Chang Ye-na, with whom she reached her highest world ranking, number 4 with the left-handed Chang. But she and Kong Hee-young are currently at their highest world ranking of number 6, 7th consecutive week. Kong Hee-young celebrated her 23rd birthday on Wednesday, the first day of competition here in Guangzhou. So they played against their teammates, as is the rules. If 2 pairs or 2 players in the singles are from the same nation, they must play first within the group. And they lost to Lee and Shin in 3 tough games and then beat Kitty-Harakun and Prajongjai in 2 straight games, 24-22, despite being love 8 down in the first and saving a game point at 19-20. As we look at our court officials, Fabio Beto from Italy and Wayana from Indonesia. So the Korean pair, you may have seen them change ends before they started the warm-up period. The Koreans won the toss, chose ends, which I think is extremely sensible. So the winner of this match will progress through to the semi-final stage. It's a case of winner takes all. Koreans nearest to us, Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young, against the 2-time reigning world champions. Christine, I immediately want to come back to that point I was making, that of the 6 previous meetings between these 2 pairs, when it's gone to 3 games, and that's happened 3 times, the Koreans have always won. And I suggested it may be due to superior fitness. Am I jumping to too many conclusions there?
It's difficult to say. I think that it's perhaps not due to superior fitness, but it's due to similar fitness. The Japanese pair, the world champions, double world champions, they have really struggled against the Korean opposition this year. We've seen the Korean women's doubles department suffer a number of injuries and experimenting with different combinations and so on. But this year, Matsumoto and Nagahara, they haven't done well. I think, I'm not totally certain of the score. I think it's 4-11 against Korean pairs in 2019, and that's an extraordinary bad score for a pair of world champions, in my opinion.
Yeah, very good point.
So just to get back to the physicality thing, I think Matsumoto and Nagahara, they are thriving in tough playing conditions where they can use their physicality. And against most other pairs, their own compatriots from Japan and the Chinese, they've, as a pair, had the better physique. That doesn't go against the Koreans. The Koreans, they match them, and they have better technical skills than this Japanese pair. Even though they're the world champions, they're not that technically strong. I think the Koreans are stronger.
Really? What a terrific rally this is. It's going wide. I'm surprised at that, Steen. I'm not disagreeing with you at all, but
you're allowed to.
I always think that Mayu Matsumoto is very creative. I think she's got gorgeous skills, especially in defense. She can turn the shuttle, she can block the shuttle. I think she sometimes creates things out of nothing, and therefore I'm surprised that you say that. But we're talking as pairs, aren't we? We're not talking about individuals. You're saying as a pair.
Yeah, they match them as a pair. There's not one of the two Koreans here that are significantly weaker than the other, and that's almost the case for many of the other pairs that are in contention in women's doubles. And I totally disagree with Matsumoto's defensive skills. I think her technical. I mean, we're still talking world-class level.
Yeah.
But I think she's below the Koreans, and that's why when the playing conditions get tough, what tough playing conditions, slow playing conditions does is it erases the difference in technical skills, and that's when the Japanese pair thrives.
Yeah. Well, I think that Matsumoto isn't as consistent in her defense, but I think she has creativity in her defense.
But that's also when she's facing two players who is really putting some power behind their smashes, then it's more difficult for her.
You see, now look at that. That's the sort of thing I'm talking about.
Yes, but that's, I mean, so maybe it's a question of what we're calling it. That's just counter-attacking on a smash that's hit way too flat.
Yeah.
Standing in good position, move her, play some drop shots, play some clears. You can't play clears. It's very difficult playing clears for the Koreans playing this near side of the court here. They chose sides, so here they have to play more controlling and more attacking than they would normally love to do. I think we'll see their defense really kick in the second game when they play up against the drift. On the other hand, it's getting nighttime here in Guangzhou, and temperature is dropping, so perhaps the playing conditions get just tough enough for Matsumoto and Nagahara.
You know, I would have challenged that last one.
Yeah.
I thought that landed in.
Wow, it was in the middle of the tram lines.
I think it actually touched her racket, Steen, and brought it back in a little bit.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Wide.
See, there's another nice defensive shot. I think, Steen, we're just going to have to agree to disagree on on Matsumoto's defensive play.
We definitely will. We definitely will. And I mean, sometimes it sounds like, hey, that I feel that they are not good. That's not the case. They are really, really good. I just feel that the Korean way of composing women's doubles, this pair here, and especially Lee So-hee and Shin Sung-chan, are doing well against the Japanese. When we get a player in like Jung Kyung-eun, I feel that she's perhaps a little bit weaker physically than the two Japanese players. That makes it a little bit more difficult. At least they would need faster playing conditions. That pair with Beikana. Well, what about that one?
Yeah, she's not as consistent on her defense, but she does try to be creative.
Yes,
That's the point.
But there's possibilities if you can hit certain spots where it's not so consistent, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a hit and miss, and if the Koreans can play on, even though the creative shots are coming, then eventually they should be able to do something good. But
yeah, and I agree with that. I agree with that, but I think that when I look at the technical skills, you know, it's like saying somebody like Okuhara against Tai Su-ying.
Yeah.
And, you know, Tai Su-ying has got huge creativity, but she's not as consistent.
Yeah.
You know, so Okuhara can win because she's consistently good, but she doesn't have such creativity.
Yeah.
I think it's a similar situation here. The first challenge of this women's doubles. Oh, it's clearly out. It's a wasted challenge. No, it's well left. So to the mid-game interval, the world champions with a 2-point advantage. Nakajima. So she's just left. Oh, something about smashes. That's a good return. I think Kong has to go down as the most successful women's doubles player of the year, doesn't she?
She
because she's been in 8 finals this year.
Played with different partners as well, right?
Yeah, reached the final of the Singapore 500 event with Kim Hae-jeong.
Yeah. Yeah, they've switched. Was it Kim Hae-jeong, or was it Kong, or was it Kim Soo-young here? One of them within, I guess, 18 months, they played with 6 different partners.
Yeah.
It was worse last year. It seems like they've found some kind of combinations now after the coaching, the big coaching change last year, where almost all the Korean coaching team resigned, or was made to resign, or was replaced, or what. I don't know what exactly the
or sacked.
Or sacked. What the official version was. Now those coaches are working in other countries.
Well, that's a little bit naughty. Kim So-young questioning whether the serve was legal. Got a service judge to do that.
Played.
Lovely anticipation. A little bit of reverse slice on that push to keep it straight and keep it from going long of the back line.
That's well played by Matsumoto. Created her own luck.
Oh, my goodness.
Save.
Brilliant! Great save, and then a wonderful backhand from Kong Hee-young. Lee Kyung-won still not happy.
No, she was looking grim there.
My goodness me. Look at that save, and then look at that backhand cross court. Amazing.
But we like spectacular saves like that. But
yeah.
As a coach, I mean, that's the last result. That's throwing yourself at it, and it succeeded this time, but don't get yourself in such trouble.
Yeah. Oh, dear me. After that spectacular rally, that's disappointing, a service error.
Well played by Nagahara. Played a bit of mixed doubles this year, but apparently the rumors are that it's going to stop because they, as far as I've heard, have not been selected for the Japanese A team in mixed doubles.
Oh yes, well worked. It's lovely play by the world champions.
And it's important that she scores points as well, Nagahara, because oftentimes it's too much of the responsibility on the shoulders of Matsumoto, who has to apply the power from the backcourt, but also finish it at the front court. That was a high, low serve there from Nagahara.
Yeah, good placement of the smash. Very good placement. Actually, Steen, that's a very good point, because I think Nagahara has been struggling with her low serve. I think she's lost confidence.
And that makes me think of one thing, because we see the same with Matsumoto, or we've seen it for a number of years. And she's also sort of like playing mixed doubles on the side. I'm wondering whether this mixed doubles on the side, where you have to serve to a male player who is a bit faster than the female players and puts more pressure on. If you don't do something special and really takes it seriously in terms of the services, could that cause your low serve to break down?
Yeah,
that's a theory.
That's a very interesting point. Well left. Always challenge hit from the Koreans.
I think it's wide.
I think it's wide too. Yeah. Line judge was right, and we were right. So game point opportunities for the world champions. No, well left. Yeah, good aggressive play. 2 game points have been well saved. Third time lucky for the world champions Mayu Matsumoto and Wakana Nagahara. Opening game 21-17. It wasn't the best of serves. The smash across courts, and Kong Hee-young waited committed to a forehand defence. Shot going down the backhand side. So 21-17 opening game in a little under 20 minutes. It's always very animated, is Kai Nakajima in his coaching style.
Yeah. Same with Sho Sasaki, and I noticed that he has so many other coaches. He's a left-hander, but when he shows to his right-handed players, he does it with the right-handed animation.
Well, no pair from Korea has ever won the end-of-season championships. this will be the year that the record books are rewritten. Given your comments a little earlier, Steen, about Lee So-hee and Shin Sung-chan.
Yeah. So have Jia Yifan and Chen Qingchen, maybe also a good bid for a title here on home soil.
Yeah. They're former champions, of course, Chen Qingchen and Jia Yifan, won the title here in 2016. So here we go, second game. Oh dear, ominous start for the world champions. Service error from Matsumoto.
If they can keep on that pressure, they're going to book a spot in the semi-final. Nagahara and Matsumoto. For them here in the second game, it's all about getting the attack and getting the possibility of having angle on the attack, have enough time to swing and get those powerful smashes launched.
Oh, goodness me. Well, the 2 points won by Kim and Kong, inverted commas, won, because the 2 points have been 2 service errors at the start of this second game. One from each of the Japanese players.
Right.
That is a brilliant smash.
And they can't just lift to Matsumoto here without moving her or without playing at least a much flatter lift than this one.
That's good placement.
So even though I mentioned in the beginning that I think the Koreans match, or most of the Korean pairs match Matsumoto and Nagahara in physical strength, very few of them have the size of Matsumoto. So a smash from standing position, she's still the most powerful women's doubles player at the moment, in my opinion. Perhaps together with Jia Yifan.
Yeah, but she's got quite a bit of a height advantage, hasn't she? She's 176, that's 5'9½". I know that because that's how tall I am.
Yeah.
And this has been a very good start to the second game by the Koreans.
Way in.
Oh, well, they're challenging. They won't win that challenge.
Emotional challenge.
Not even close, is it? Oh, goodness me.
plenty of room for an advertisement after.
Oh dear, that's a shocking
like
serve. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that was just rubbish.
Oh, there's another shot.
Terrible serve.
Another.
Great save by Matsumoto.
And the problem for Nagahara is that it's so dangerous to flick from this side of the court because it's liable to go long with the drift. So she's got to keep serving low, so I'm reluctant to call it a low serve because it's not that low. Yeah, went for the flick.
That's a good move. Oi! I like the move. She's much more what's it called? Unpredictable in her play today, Nagahara. She's taking chances, and I like that because you've got to keep your opponents guessing. Got to make yourself dangerous. On the other hand, I think Kim and Kong, they need to push their defense forward a foot or so.
That's a good flick serve.
Lots of tension.
Yeah.
We have to remember that both these pairs are in tough competition for Olympic tickets. I guess the Japanese competition is at the moment with the two pairs in this tournament in the driver's seat, and the Olympic champions, the reigning Olympic champions, as number 3 at the moment, Matsumoto and Takahashi. Whilst Korea, they've got 4 pairs that are all doing well.
That's good interception, good play from Matsumoto. Yes, of course, the defending Olympic champions won this title last year and didn't even qualify this year.
No. A very good moment for Matsumoto and Nagahara. At the moment, Kim and Kong, they can't hold their defense against the Japanese pair.
Line judge saying unsighted. So the umpire is going to ask Hawkeye to adjudicate, so nobody will lose any challenges. Says challenge there, but it's not actually a challenge. It's the umpire who has requested Hawkeye. And it did catch the line. So once again, just to reiterate, Matsumoto and Nagahara do not lose a challenge for that.
Oh, they saved one.
Yes, yes.
Because they were going to challenge.
Yeah. Oh, that's great placement on the smash.
And again, we see a situation where the shuttle got deflected by the net, and Kim and Kong, they have to lift a little bit off balance, off position, and that's really, really dangerous for them because Matsumoto is so lethal in her attack and getting help from the drift. So they've got to stay in balance, the two Koreans, if they want to come back. And Nagahara and Matsumoto, like we said, they're doing a good job of getting the lifts.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, good work at the front of the court from Matsumoto.
Kong is too tensed at the moment, the way I see it.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think her opponents recognise that.
Yeah.
When you mentioned she was tense, she was jumping up and down.
Up and down, it was totally
obvious.
Yeah.
And if it's obvious to us, it's obvious to her opponents. Yeah, but it is the Koreans who have the advantage, albeit just 1 point advantage at the mid-game interval.
Here we see it again. Everything that Kong is playing at the moment is played with pace. This time she's successful, but it sort of gives the opponents a chance to block it and get to take the pace out of the rally.
Got the award earlier this week at the gala dinner on Monday night, this pair, as the most improved players. And certainly they've had a wonderful year, but considering Kim So-young has been ranked number 4 in the world, and that was at the end of 2014. And with her partner now, they haven't reached the dizzy heights of 4, they've only reached the heights of 6.
Yeah, that's...
Has she improved? I'm, of course, teasing you, Steve.
But it reminds me of Peter Rasmussen, the former world champion from '97, because he had so many ups and downs in his career that he once was made newcomer of the year in Denmark, and I think he could have won it 3 times, because then he disappeared and got back, disappeared again and got back. And just like Lee Junil, who retires after every Olympic Games.
Yeah, I hear he really has retired.
No. I've just seen him entered into a tournament, like Hyunil Lee. So I guess it's the same player. Because I was surprised as well, because he was celebrated and stuff like that. But that, I mean, that's just really risky. It's the most dangerous player to celebrate retirement for.
Yeah. This is a good rally. I think it's an important rally too. Oh, and a lucky net cord for Matsumoto. Oh, hesitation at the back of the court. Just wide, well left.
Did Baek Hana and Jung Kyung-eun, did they win Korea Masters?
They won the side Modi, didn't they?
They won the side Modi. Because then they're competitors for Olympic tickets. They've won tournaments recently, Chang Ye-na and who on earth did she play with? Kim Hai-rin.
That's it.
They won Hong Kong Open. That could explain some of the tension with Kong Hee-young.
Yeah. Because there's a bigger picture than just reaching the semi-final. But I mean, that's one of the dangers, though, I think, of any athlete in any sport. If you start focusing too far ahead of things, you've got to focus on the moment and now. You've got to concentrate. If you win this match,
stay in the now.
You're in the semi-final, and then you get more ranking points anyway.
Exactly.
Which helps the other goals that you've got. Certainly no lack of effort, is there? That's twice she's played shots when she's been on the ground. Kim So-young.
But so far, hats off to Nagahara and Matsumoto as well, because, I mean, like we've noticed, they've lost a number of matches to Koreans. They are, of course, also aware of it, and that means that this match is important in terms of their Olympic quest.
Oh, yes, that's very well taken. Good anticipation, good skill, good awareness of where the gap was. Look at that. That's a super shot. Nice
Good shot. Good shot, yeah.
It's a good rally. Oh. Oh! And then she missed the easy one. Nagahara. I suspect that's the longest rally of this second game. Good drive defence, followed it forward as indeed she should.
They had a similar situation, Matsumoto and Nagahara, to the ones they're in now, had one game up and 15, 13, 15, 12 against Lee So-hee and Shin Seung-chan in the group match yesterday. Can they do a little bit better today to secure their spot in the semi-final? That's the question.
Yes, in fact, that match you're talking about against Lee and Shin, a game and 14-10 up, and then promptly lost 11 of the next 13 points.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she'd broken her
broken
entire
her racket.
Clash of rackets. Kim So-young's racket.
Only good for slices now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not going to see another shuttle, is it?
That must also be one of the considerations for Kei Nakajima and Park Ju-bong. I guess they have sleepless nights. That the reigning Olympic champions are at the moment the #3 pair, because I feel that it's more likely that this pair here and Fukushima and Hirota, who's lost 2 World Championships finals where they had match points, that they panic during an Olympic tournament on home soil than the ones who's already got 1 gold.
Yeah.
But it's just not playing as well at the moment.
Yeah, what a nice headache to have if you're a coach, though.
It is. It is.
You'd love that sort of headache, wouldn't you?
Yeah. A lot of countries would like to borrow the ones that are left over.
Well, these next few rallies are absolutely crucial.
Yeah, because from the development of the match, this should be Matsumoto and Nagahara's match. But it's sometimes easier said than done. That would be their first win in the last 4 encounters. Isn't it correct?
Yes, because they've lost 3 on the trot. Yeah, you're right. 3-point advantage and 3 points away from booking their place in the semi-final tomorrow, the World Champions. That's a nice angle, though.
Yeah, exactly.
So young.
The angle, the steepness is doing the damage.
It's all the same pace.
Yeah.
Oh,
excellent.
Yeah.
I still feel they're standing too far back, the two Koreans. They have no choices than to play upwards and back and hope for the best. And I think Nagahara did a great job of putting herself in a better position almost at mid-court, and thus activating MATSUMOTO.
Oh, the flick serve. Oh,
Oy.
That's a lucky miss. She didn't mean to leave that.
No,
She was trying to play it. But it went long. Was an net called from Matsumoto, but she had read it well. She'd anticipated.
Exactly. She knew what was coming.
So it's now match point opportunities for the world champions. Oh. Who's got the nerve?
Wow, look at the jumps from Nagahara.
Yeah, that's a sign of tension too, isn't it? Good serve.
Excellent placement.
Yeah, great skill from MATSUMOTO. And she and Wakana Nagahara book their place in the semi-final tomorrow. 21-17, 21-18, the scoreline in a match lasting just under 45 minutes. Well, they had to come from behind in the second game. 5-8 down at one stage, but they really closed it up very well indeed. Confirmation of the scoreline, 21-17, 21-18, and they therefore book their spot in the semi-final tomorrow. This has been a very, very good group, this Group B of the women's doubles here at the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals. So, a straight playoff for who would qualify. That always makes for a very, very good match. And the last of the group matches. And this hasn't disappointed at all. In fact, it's been an excellent encounter between these two. And they've broken the run, having lost to the Koreans 3 consecutive times. But they now book their place in the semi-final, as that confirms, because they, along with Lee and Shin, who've won all of their matches by virtue of their victory over Kim and Kong today in 2 straight games. They too will be in the semi-finals tomorrow.